What's up, guys? I have an Inside My Mind gameplay on the map Impact. The game type is Team Deathmatch, and there is some light editing in this, so you don't have to watch some of the boring stuff. It was a fairly long match, but it was also a really good match on my part, so I thought it would be a good gameplay to kind of provide a commentary over. It is an older gameplay, but honestly, that doesn't really make too much of a difference, so let's get right into it. I pick up in Sins and I see that my teammates are fighting for Torque Bow, so I just bring them on over to help them secure that area. I pick up a nice 2-for-1 kill, so that was a really strong start. Instead of going for Torque Bow myself, I push this player, and that's good for a couple reasons. Obviously, I'm going to pick up a kill here, as you see, with the help of the Insins, and it also opens up the Torque area completely for my teammates, and they had an opportunity to grab Torque Bow since nobody was fighting them there. So I think that was a really great, strong start for me. You see I don't push up into their spawn area, rather I'm going to hold down the buzzsaw area and just kind of play off of Insins. At this point, you see me on the map. This, as I have said in a previous video, this is kind of the point of no passing for me. It gets very dangerous to push beyond this point unless you can find a safe opening. So rather than being aggressive, I opt to just grab for Insins and see if I can work any magic with them. So that's a really great move. And as you can see, my teammates both just died from pushing there. So I do pick up a kill with the Insins, but a second sloppy Insin leads to my death. That there was a great opportunity for me to pick up more kills there, but overall it was a pretty strong first life. I was a little slow to come out of spawn here. I edited it, but that's the truth, and that's because I was worried that I would immediately get picked off by people who were precisely waiting for me to leave spawn. So that's one of the challenging things with Team Deathmatch. It's a shame that often your spawn protection will not even last you till you escape spawn. I saw earlier that they had picked up Torque Bow, so I'm thinking Insins are a good idea right now, but unfortunately they get those too, and upon spotting me I have to bail. Luckily, I think I hear that the guy dies at the hands of one of my teammates. I think it was a sniper, so I'm thinking it's relatively clear to go back there, but rather than go, I'm actually going to opt out to go the long way around here since I can't get sandwiched. So I managed to push up quite a bit here. The enemy team, you'll notice throughout this match, really sat back a heck ton, and that's honestly one of the reasons I don't like Impact. It's very reminiscent of Blood Drive for me, in the sense that there's, you know, the side of the map you spawn on is a very defensible area that you can sit back on. Especially with the dual snipers on Impact, I find that it is very conducive to defensive players and camping. You know, that is, I think that is the correct word to use in this case, is camping. So you can see that now our team is out of respawns, and I'm just gonna kind of try to pick off as many of these guys as I can. I thought he had a Torque Bow, which is why I picked up his Hammer Burst. Only reason I didn't swap back to my Lancer, which I'm more comfortable with, is because I didn't want to get popped like my teammate just did. And you're going to see I actually just take the chance to be aggressive and push the sniper. Here's a really good move on my part. I actually back off instead of taking the kill. I think a lot of people there would have ran for that down that I got and died in the process, since there was two people looking at me, and you can see that instead I took my chances somewhere else. I end up getting two kills right there and a third kill here, so already a solid start to this clutch situation. And now I know right away in my head, okay, let's try to tip things in my favor a little bit more, and I grab Instant, which is a great move. That's gonna you know, give me some fuel to work with, so to speak. The only other thing going for me is the element of surprise. At this point, the other team is going to be pretty impatient, and they're going to come after me. I know this, so I'm going to find this area and just sit tight. Unfortunately, I put these Insins to bad use, and one mistake is really all you need to get taken out in these clutch situations, and I just don't hit it. I got killed by the buzzsaw, or the buzzkill, whatever it's called, so that's a pretty cool way to go on the plus side. So a solid start for me at least, although overall for the team not really. You'll see I do the exact same thing again. Critique there, I should have been a little bit more careful, because the sniper can actually get you on Impact if you just run and pick up the Insins. And you can see here I'm fighting for Torque, and another critique. This player sees me, and regardless, I still take my chances with the Insin. That's a bad move. Generally speaking, when you have a power weapon, especially Insins, if a player knows you have that power weapon, they are prepared to react to your playing. So There's no exception in the case you just saw. The player knew I had Insins, which was going to make it that much harder to land, and despite that, I still used it, so that was pretty wasteful. I end up getting another pair of Insins, and that's going to be something you see throughout this whole match, since the other team was playing super conservatively. I see a window to push up, and I take it, and I put these Insins to a bit better of use, the first one at least. I actually end up getting this guy anyway because I caught him off guard. If you look in the bottom left, I'm pretty sure somebody else dies from my Insin just from standing on it. Oh, there it is. So that's hilarious. That first Insin got me 2 kills. Anyway, at this point, I'm not pushing up anymore. I know they have Torque Bow. A word about the Torque Bow, even if it doesn't hit you, it does a lot of splash damage in Gears 4, so it can still kill you. If you have nothing in the case that I did to get a quick kill with, there's no sense in trying to compete with a Torque Bow that can take you out even if it doesn't hit you. So good on me for backing up. And you're going to see I still play quite conservatively here. Now, I put the lefty hard aim to really good use. You're going to see that I actually use it to pick off this player, so that was a great way to keep concealed and get a kill. Once my teammate gets in the shotgun fight, I help him out, which turns out great, so he did help me a lot there. Unfortunately, he decides to run up even though there's 2 guys, and I'm pretty sure he gets picked off. Yeah, it looks like he did. So once again, I do think the better move there was to just hold off like I did, and you can see I have Insins again. So really, the other team can sit back. If you're smart and you're using the map to get weapons, you can rack up a lot of kills, which I had done. But you also have to be careful that you don't push in prematurely. You're going to see I'm about to close off the round with a pretty lucky Insin, to be honest. I'm not sure how it gets both of them, but it did. So that is the second round, and now we're going into a round 3. Now in the third round, you'll notice that I actually switch up my initial strategy instead of going for Insins. Whether or not I planned this on purpose, I think it was a good move. You'll see I go to Torque Bow. My teammates haven't been completely successful at Torque Bow all the time, so I thought that I would help them out. And you can see I actually put a lot of damage on there with my Lancer, but unfortunately I'm going to get picked off here. Perhaps I should have just been more aware and mindful because I kind of turned a blind eye to my right side. And now we've given up Torque Bow, and if you look at the kill feed, I know that the other team has Insins as well. So that actually puts us in a pretty poor position. So I'm just going to hold down this area over here, thinking that players are probably going to flow in from here, and in fact I do see one. I don't think he sees me, and he pushes into me, and that's a clean, easy kill for me to pick up. So just a word about that. I basically just aimed to where I knew the player would slide into. So when you see a player and he doesn't see you and they're kind of playing towards you, just aim to where they're going to be and you can normally pick up an easy kill. Here's another kill you're going to see me pick up. I push here with my teammate. Unfortunately, I was a little too slow to help him out, but I managed to get this kill. Great use of meat shield. It actually saved my life, it looks like, from the long shot. The other player did get away, however. Just a word about the meat shield. Don't get a false sense of protection from it. It's definitely useful, but even up against something like a long shot, if they aim properly and have the reticule on your head, they can still kill you even if you have it. So I would advise actually dropping a meat shield if you're up against a long shot, because if you give them enough time, they're just going to pick up an easy kill on you since you're so slow with a meat shield. My teammate just got picked off there, got his head rocked. I don't know if he cover glitched or whatnot, but he kind of took a peek when it wasn't a prime time to do so, and you could see that I went for the safe route and just, used my instant to pick up a kill. Unfortunately, I put my second one to waste here. Good on my teammate for getting the kill. I think I got a little trigger happy with the instant. They're on respawn now, though. I know this. Now, I'm very limited to how much Lancer fire I can actually put down here because I know that there's a sniper there aiming at me. You're going to see, though, that I actually get my head rocked anyway. I was lancering the guy who was a sniper, which I would say is normally a safe move, but in that case, they had two snipers, which I didn't know. I'm going to attribute that to a lack of communication on my team. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm very hesitant to use Lancer fire against a sniper unless I know they're not looking at me and the other team doesn't have two snipers, which just puts us in a horrendous position. Now, if you look at it, it's actually a 3v6. I just made it into a 3v5, and things are going to be a lot more methodical and slow here, just because of it's the final round, and this is all or nothing kind of deal for the teams. So the other team has numbers. There's only 3 of us. So you're going to see that I slow play, and I just do my best to kind of listen and find players to pick off. And, I do a relatively good job of it. And now instants are on respawn, and I'm just holding down this area. I picked up instants there. That was actually a tad risky, because if their sniper was staring at that area, which I would have been if I see my teammates are getting picked off by it, I could have got domed. But it was one of those things where I had to say, okay, this is a risk reward type thing. I'm going to grab the instants. If I die, so be it, and if I don't, at least I have something to work with. And I do end up getting them, which is definitely going to be helpful. But my teammate, who went all the way to Torquebo area, got picked off, and now it's a 2v4, and this, just got a heck of a lot harder. I'm trying to be as sneaky as I can, just letting these players play into me. But as I watch this player, instead of coming for me, which I wanted him to, I noticed that he actually runs back to our side, and in my head I'm thinking, okay, we're getting sandwiched. I need to pick a route, go for it, and try to pick off whoever I come across. So I run back because I know this guy wasn't going to be prepared if I ran back, but I'd be prepared for him because I knew he was heading that way. And I pick up the kill, so that was a great move of mine too. My teammate really stuck to glue like me here. Wasn't a huge fan of that. I guess this guy on the other team heard me because he decided to take off his head for me. But now you're going to see this is just became a next to impossible situation for me. It's a 1v3. The man up rule is in effect, so I'm playing the clock here, and I think this player knows it because he's running away. All they have to do is have 2 of them survive, and they win the round. So you're going to see I play extra risky here. The Torque was charging, and I kind of ran and played for him. It's a lot harder to play flawlessly when you have to be aggressive like this, so you're seeing that I'm just rushing people. I got less than 20 seconds to go. I was lucky enough to get this guy, and I get into a shotgun battle here, and spoiler alert, I do lose. It's such an unfortunate ending. The player updated me, and they still have 1 player alive, so they actually ended up getting the match. But I think overall it was a solid match, and there's some great learning points there. And that's going to do it for the 3rd episode. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll be sure to put more of these videos out. Thanks for watching.